Honestly, this is a deal that happened pretty quickly. Like, I'd say we really had some formative discussions about this specific opportunity.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 biggest acquisitions in gaming history.
And a real cornerstone of that plan is listening to the feedback from the Minecraft community on what they'd like to see.
For this list, we're looking at the biggest corporate acquisitions in the gaming world in terms of how much they cost. Let us know in the comments whether you think these expensive acquisitions are good or bad for the industry. Number 10. Zynga acquires Peak Games.
We have a very special mission in our company, and that is to connect the world through games.
I don't really think that there's anything more authentic than connecting with someone over a game.
Though many hardcore gamers will deride the mobile market, the simple fact is that not only are many mobile games fun, but they're lucrative as well. Zynga was already a titan of the mobile game industry in 2020, but wanted to increase its market share by putting in an offer to buy the Turkish company Peak Games.
Respect the rule of the road. Faster. Go fast. Touching the steering wheel.
Peak Games is responsible for titles like Toon Blast and Toy Blast, both puzzlers loaded with microtransactions that make them immensely valuable and worth the $1.8 billion Zynga paid. However, the acquisition was criticized because it essentially took a promising Turkish startup out of the country and directed its revenue to the US instead.
Huh? Yes!
Number 9. Facebook acquires Oculus. For years, the Oculus Rift was a promising but very expensive piece of equipment funded by a wildly successful Kickstarter. But in 2014, Facebook decided to acquire the startup for $2 billion and was able to fund the venture enough that Oculus hardware finally entered the consumer market. Today, Oculus dominates in the VR space, even against the comparably cheaper PSVR, and the price of a unit has come down drastically. Facebook's foray into VR hasn't ended there either. In 2021, it was announced that it would be changing its name to Meta as part of its endeavors to actually create the VR metaverse of cyberpunk fiction, all hinging on the widespread adoption of Oculus hardware. Number 8. EA acquires Glue Mobile.
And we saw an opportunity with Glue to bring together two amazing teams, two great collections of IP.
It's long had a reputation not only as a company that doesn't operate in the interest of its consumers, but with a habit of buying up game companies and then closing them down, with the most infamous example being Visceral Games. In 2021, EA made the biggest acquisition yet in its career, buying Glue Mobile, another mobile game publisher, for a cool $2.4 billion.
I love your style. You look amazing.
Glue Mobile is responsible for a handful of games that you may have heard of, most notably Kim Kardashian Hollywood, where you too can become an influencer famous for being famous. It makes sense since EA has always had an interest in both lifestyle games and microtransactions.
I think it's a deal that EA had to make. They've basically been nowhere on mobile.
Number 7. Microsoft acquires Mojang Studios.
And this is a game that has found its audience on touch devices, on phones, on iPads, on console, and obviously its true home on PC.
The first costly Microsoft acquisition of many, for a while this was the largest video game acquisition yet. The deal was to acquire Mojang, the developer of Minecraft, for $2.5 billion. Considering the enduring popularity of Minecraft, it's safe to say that this was a good investment on Microsoft's part.
And a real cornerstone of that plan is listening to the feedback from the Minecraft community on what they'd like to see.
Since acquiring the company, Microsoft has made Minecraft widely available as an educational resource in schools. The entire thing was very ironic too, as Minecraft's creator Notch once mocked the idea of making apps for Windows phones. Though the Windows Phone did eventually fail, Microsoft has slowly removed all mention of Notch from the game, owing to his contentious political views.
Yeah, I've done that.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're going to die every time. It's awesome.
Yo, you think you're going to die. I know, yeah.
Number 6. ByteDance acquires Montoon.
However, its path to prominence has been unique, considering the Chinese behemoth was only founded in 2012 by tech entrepreneur Zhang Yiming, who was then 29.
Often, there isn't much competition in huge acquisitions. You don't get many companies all wanting to pay billions of dollars to buy a rival business at the same time. But this wasn't the case with Montoon, which was so lucrative it was the subject of a bidding war between ByteDance and Tencent.
while becoming embroiled in lawsuits against his domestic rivals in the process.
It was ByteDance that won out in 2021, getting Montoon for $4 billion. Though ByteDance is a large company as well, it's not on the same level as Tencent, so it was definitely surprising to see it able to win the bidding war. The game that was so enticing is Mobile Legends Bang Bang, a huge MOBA. Number 5. Activision Blizzard acquires King.
Activision Blizzard is acquiring King Digital Entertainment, maker of the hit smartphone game Candy Crush, for $5.9 billion.
One of the biggest publishers in the industry, Activision Blizzard wasn't kidding around when they stumped up $5.9 billion to buy King in 2016. King is undoubtedly best known for publishing Candy Crush and its many spin-offs, itself one of the most popular and lucrative franchises on mobile.
The sweetest game just keeps getting sweeter.
Other games your mom probably plays include Bubble Witch and Farm Heroes. The acquisition has meant that many big Activision franchises, notably Crash Bandicoot, have headlined mobile games, and it's also brought mobile iterations of Call of Duty and World of Warcraft to cell phones everywhere. It meant Activision was able to get in on insanely popular games like Candy Crush with no development time. Number 4. Microsoft acquires ZeniMax. Certainly the most high-profile acquisition for a time, Microsoft's bid to buy ZeniMax, parent company of Bethesda, for $7.5 billion was met with skepticism by many people concerned with how consumer-friendly this purchase was going to be. Regardless, the deal went through without getting blocked by competition watchdogs, and years on, it's been revealed that first-party Bethesda games are going to become Microsoft exclusives.
So getting to work with ZeniMax to bring their amazing collection of games to Game Pass is just an incredible opportunity for us.
Though Deathloop remained a timed exclusive for PlayStation, going forward, Starfield is going to be a Microsoft exclusive available on PC and Xbox on day one through Game Pass. Classic Bethesda IPs from The Elder Scrolls to Dishonored have also made their way to Game Pass since. Number 3. Tencent acquires Supercell.
Major deal over in China. You have Chinese tech giant Tencent leading an $8.6 billion acquisition to buy a major stake in the maker of Clash of Clans called Supercell.
It may not have bought Montoon under its vast umbrella, but it did successfully buy Supercell in 2016 for an eye-watering $8.6 billion. Supercell is notable for being the developer behind Clash of Clans, possibly one of the most popular strategy games on mobile. Since 2016, Tencent has repeatedly increased its shareholder majority in Supercell, paying tens of millions each time for incremental increases in its own power. As well as Clash of Clans, Supercell is also the creator of hero shooter Brawl Stars and Clash Royale. It marked yet another developer owned by Tencent, which has frequently gotten in the news for its purchase history.
And why is it so important for Tencent? Well, half of their revenue, about $15 billion in revenue for this company, half of that comes from online gaming. It's hugely popular.
Number 2. Take-Two acquires Zynga.
Look, this is a transformative opportunity for us. This will position Take-Two as one of the largest publicly traded interactive entertainment companies in the world.
Though Zynga made plenty of acquisitions, it wasn't beyond getting acquired itself. That's what happened in January 2022, when Take-Two unveiled what was, very briefly, the most expensive video game acquisition on record. It was going to buy up Zynga for $12.7 billion, all for a taste of that sweet mobile game microtransaction pie.
We're incentivized in the same direction. Rockstar Games, Private Division, 2K, and soon Zynga.
And, of course, Peak Games was part of the bundle. Not satisfied with its ownership of Rockstar, creator of the most lucrative entertainment products in history, Take-Two wanted ownership of mobile game giants like Farmville. It's been seen as Take-Two expanding from the world of hardcore games, which it completely dominates, into the casual space.
On mobile, and has been for some time. The idea is that you try to get PC gamers, console gamers onto the mobile side of things, and that can help build revenue for mobile.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Microsoft acquires Activision Blizzard.
Microsoft announced today it will be buying the video game giant Activision Blizzard, $68 billion deal. So why do they want this company? What does it mean for both companies?
By an absolute landslide, the costliest acquisition yet in video games is Microsoft's offering to purchase Activision Blizzard in January 2022. Microsoft is planning to put up an astonishing $68.7 billion for the privilege of owning this troubled games company.
All right. First, Bobby, it's Jim. Congratulations on a great deal for you and shareholders.
The move comes after years of scrutiny on Activision CEO Bobby Kotick, still one of the most overpaid in the business, and 2021's watershed allegations of worker mistreatment in the company. The leadership has already been under pressure to step down. However, despite Microsoft expressing its concern over the allegations, it said it's not yet planning on removing Kotick. And who knows what this acquisition might bring? We might see Call of Duty become part of Xbox Game Pass. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.